party. Oh, yeah. What is up, YouTube? How are you doing? How are you doing? It is King's Day in the Netherlands, and what else to wear than my Dutch vest, or whatever you call this, like in English, and a blue cap this time instead of a black one. Yeah. How you doing, everyone? Good to have you here. Another day, another live stream. Now, a friend of mine is coming to our house here because of King's Day and the activities that are happening here in the city. So probably won't be too long of a live stream, but nonetheless, we are live on King's Day. I had a great morning, actually. Talking about that morning, Ash and I, so my wife and I, we made an oopsie. So what happened is we went to the shop, to the grocery store without having breakfast. And as you know, going to a store with food while not having breakfast, or you've not had food for a while, usually your eyes are a little bit bigger than your stomach. So what we did is we bought 4 boxes of donuts. Now, also in preparation of my friend coming. Each box contains 5 donuts. We came home, opened the box. I ate the whole box, 5 donuts. Man, I'm stuffed. I'm done. But it's King's Day. Yeah, I mean, we accept it. Once in a blue moon, we take it. But oh boy, I'm full. So, how you doing? Biscuit, what's up? HZ, how you doing? Good morning, everyone. What a week we have. Yeah, exactly. What a week we had. And what a couple of weeks are still coming. I mean, it's very interesting price action, and I'm not too big of a fan of the move to the downside. I only highlighted it shortly in the morning update, but I like to talk about it a little bit more in this live stream here. Yop, how you doing? Booking last tickets for Paris. Any recommendations? How long are you staying in Paris for? I've been in Paris many times, as it's very close, and my mom is from Paris. She grew up in Paris, so we've been there a lot. And of course, you want to check the traditional highlights, I suppose. If you don't have too much time, then stay in the city center. If you do have some more days, then a week from next Monday. Okay, so in that case, it can be very nice to also go to Place de la Concorde. Is it the big castle outside the city center? Damn, what's the name? It's not Place de la Concorde, is it? Frenchies, help me out here. People from Paris. It's like I gotta check. You can write me in wait, I'm gonna check now. Sacré-Cœur, no, that's in the city. Sacré-Cœur is in the city. Versailles, thank you. Yeah, Versailles. Yeah, exactly. I mean, so usually if you don't have too much time, you'll probably skip Versailles. But if you have the time, make sure to go there. You'll easily spend the whole day. It's beautiful. So absolutely recommend it. Besides all the other highlights. If you like fashion, don't forget to go to the... what's that brand? 1 second. Sorry, I had to double check that one. The Chanel store. The Chanel store has a museum as well. So if you like more like fashion related things, which my wife does, that's a recommendation as well. It's very nice. It's a very nice tour. You enter the shop and they have all the classic and the story, and it's very nice. Jen Hardle, what's up? Enki, first Sunday of the month is next week, my friend. Did you not set a stop loss on the donuts? I should have learned my lesson there. Yeah, I know. Swape thoughts on Jerome Powell speaking later. I don't follow news, so unfortunately, I don't have any thoughts. I didn't even know he was gonna speak until you tell me now. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't follow the news at all. The only thing I follow though is what's happening on here. So let me refresh. In this live stream, by the way, of course, we're going to cover Elliott Wave. So we Wednesday, 1st of May. That's this is because it increases volatility usually around these hours. So I want to know what happens, or at least on the chart, not news related. Yeah. Good afternoon, Casper. How you doing? Mike B, Dina, what's up? Jen Hartel, Happy King's Day to all the Dutchies, and thank you, Jen, as well. Gary, this is for the altcoin stream for Sunday of the month. Can you check the 3 billion open interest on CoinGlass? What does it mean? I don't know. Might be a bug. Sometimes you have big wicks on charts as well, and there is quite a high percentage of wicks that does get filled. But an open interest wick, I wouldn't know. But usually with these type of things, I disregard the wick. Let's say sometimes they even patch it or update it. Like you have a big wick on the chart and they remove it. So who knows? Maybe they're gonna do that. Yeah. Sacre-Cœur is very nice. Yeah. And you can, of course, walk up as well at the Sacre-Cœur and then, have a look upstairs as well. And next to the Sacre-Cœur, you also have the art square, where you can get yourself drawn artistically, which is really cool. Answer this one. So I have, I have no idea about Jerome Powell. Yup. Thank you guys for the recommend. Cheers, my friend. Magnet, Bitcoin is wasting time. I know. Samuel Brandstatter, pleasure. Okay, let's go over the chart. And especially this section. So, of course, we're going to zoom out. 1 second here. Oh, wait. My wife. Ashley, come say hi. Come. You can say it. Come out. Yeah, there's only 60. Come. Who's going to Paris? Come. Who's going to Paris? Hiop is going to Paris. Hi, everyone. This is my wife, Ashley. That's the webcam. That's the chat. So chat, you guys, you're in the middle of the screen, right? And this is Ashley. Hi, and that's everyone. My wife. And Ashley, as I asked about Hiop going to France, Ashley's been Googling or ChatGPTing, either or, and she has a recommendation.
Well, I was just going to say, if you like wine tasting, there's a place called, don't even know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but Le Cave du Le Louvre. And it's basically a
Le Cave du Louvre. Louvre, yeah.
Louvre. And basically it's like this underground. What are you doing?
Continue.
It's like this underground cave thing, which is what the royal family of France once used, and it still exists to this day, and it's just beautiful as well. It's just a different type of experience. Are you sharing the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Click maybe the photos.
There you go.
So yeah, that was just my recommendation. If you enjoy wine tasting, that looks like a fun activity.
So the question is, does Hiop like wine tasting? Chat says, Mike, Samuel, Rayu, Blaster. Everyone, hi Ashley.
Hello everyone.
Casper, what's up? She doesn't appear often on live streams, but here she is, everyone. Hiop says, I will go there for sure. Yeah, it's a recommendation. Oh, cool. From my wife. So yeah, the Louvre wine tasting. Of course, the Louvre by itself is a recommendation as well. We've been there. That was nice.
Yeah, we didn't do the wine tasting though. Remember?
No, we didn't do the wine tasting.
I really wanted to.
We got a question for you. What's your trade setup, Ashley? You don't know
Not
where
my
price is.
They're asking you.
No.
It says
what's her? So would you go long or short?
Oh,
wait.
Geez.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
So basically, whatever I say should do the opposite.
Probably. Okay, so we are now at 62.8k, right? Do we go long, meaning buy for upside, or short for downside?
I'm gonna go long.
Okay, Ashley goes long. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, to where? We're now at 62.8. Where do you want to exit?
I'm gonna go at. How long is long?
You can see the price here. You know, long means you buy and then you want to exit somewhere, take profit. Where do you want to get out? If you would go and buy, where do you?
What is this period over this graph? Like what is?
No, this is the days here at the bottom, right? And then you have the price. But we're talking about price. If you buy at 62.8, where what does your feeling say?
I'm gonna go with around 63.
Okay, so let's say $200 to $1,200.
Don't do it, people.
She's an oracle. No.
You told them about the donut.
Oh yeah. Ashley didn't have a whole box. Ashley behaved herself. She only had 3 donuts. Oh shit.
That's kind of bad.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
Oh yeah, it was delicious. I had 5. She had 3. So by the way, of course, we are married since the 9th of March. Very, very nice indeed. And we are going to move to the south of France in a couple of months.
Yeah.
But first try to survive the donuts now. The caves look beautiful and expensive, but it's nice. Thank you, 100x leverage. Congratulations with the wedding, I see. Enjoy the rest of the donuts. I don't think I'm gonna have any more. I'll leave that to my friend.
We're gonna have to go for a run.
Ashley is queen, Koen is king. There's Mark. So I saw Mark.
I heard all about you.
We had a meeting yesterday, everyone. Mark and I met each other here in the city, and great guy. Well, like what an amazing guy. Like it was great to speak to Mark and spend a couple of hours with him sitting in the terrace, like having drinks, on the square, at the square here in the city. And the weather wasn't too bad, Mark? It was pretty good. So yeah, it was nice. Very, very nice to meet Mark the Mod here. Florian, how are you doing? Back to 60K. Cheers, Factor Cole. And Daksh, Rauya. Cheers, everyone. Okay.
Well, thanks, everyone. And good luck with your trading.
Yeah, thank you, Ash. Thank you. Is it Miss Koens? Yes, that was Miss. Well, actually, of course, it's the surname, but yes, that is correct. That's Ashley. That's the wifey that when I live stream out of nowhere pops in with some popcorn or sandwiches or that sort of stuff. Thanks everyone for being so kind to my wife. And let's start with the analysis, shall we? Okay. Just having a quick look here locally. Okay. So what we're going to do is start on the 4-hour time frame. No, we're going to start on the weekly time frame. And the only reason I like to talk about the weekly is because of what we see on the 15-minute, funny enough. So, okay, we'll move that. It's going to be a quick analysis, though, because one of my great friends, best friends of the group is coming to my place for King's Day. So, yeah. He's the same in real life. That's the goal, right? Like, yeah, don't change, everyone. Don't change. Like I've been a host on TV, and one of the things I always grew up with is keeping your feet on the ground. My mom being very proud, but for me it's just another job, just another thing. Long your life savings, as long as you have a plan and a strategy, you're good. If you don't have a plan, and especially a stop loss and a target, you'll probably have a bit of a problem. Okay, let's go. Cheers, wealth trader. We all follow Ashley's plan. Signal service on the channel. Ashley the Oracle saying long. What the fuck? Okay, let's go. Weekly time frame. We're gonna go through this quite speedy. Okay, like it's gonna be a whole overview starting on the weekly time frame. So liquidation 18K. I mean, probably 18K by at the moment is a lower probability scenario to hit 18K at least. Moving below 49.3 is not really preferred though, but we'll get there. So bullish scenario, let's start. We're at minute 1740. Bullish scenario on the weekly time frame. We have a double 1-2. This is, by the way, the normal bullish scenario. We also have extended bullish scenarios, which much higher targets. But at the moment, this is at least the minimum bullish scenario, let's say, the least bullish scenario, I suppose. A double 1-2 here, followed by a 3-4, and eventually a wave 5. Common target area for your wave 4 is between the 236 and the 05, taken from the low to the high of 3. 63.3k, 53.3k. 0.618 is an invalidation for this scenario. If you hit the 0.618, there's pretty much one bullish scenario that is left, which is this one over here, a triple 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, which is the most bullish one, because the common target actually for a wave 2 is all the way down to the 786. So you're allowed to hit the 618, which invalidates a 4, but not a wave 2, right? So that's something to keep in mind. But for now, bullish scenario we keep an eye on is this one over here. We look for a 4 and a continuation to the upside in a wave 5. Now, in this particular scenario, the 382 and the 236 are pretty solid targets in the bull market. Also, with the current range that we have over here, the 382 would be nice as a maximum target to the downside, around 56, 57k. We have some support there as well. The 0.5 is actually very deep, considering the structure that we have going on over here. So, if price drops to 57, 56, that's a happy zone, right? That's perfectly fine. No problem with that at all. But 0.5 is very deep for the current lower time frame structures that we have going on. So that is something we are going to observe. But that and we have important support at 56, 57k as well. The bearish scenario, we can be pretty short here. Regular flat to the downside, A, B, C. Regular flat is a lower probability flat compared to an expanding flat. Expanding wave B target is up here, taken from the high to the low of A, 98k, 122k. This is your regular flat wave B target. As you can see, that is where we are at the moment. And then we want to see an impulsive structure to the downside. Common target 1 to the 1.236. Trend-based fib extension from the high to the low to the high. 16.5k to 11.6k. Extension target 6.5k. Now, incredible support here on the chart is between 10 and 9k. The golden pocket from the low to the high and the value area high of this multi-year volume profile. So that's an interesting area for sure. Now at the moment, probabilities are lower for this particular scenario compared to the bullish scenario. We're still in bullish market structure. Look on the weekly time frame. Does this look bearish to us? That doesn't look bearish to us, right? Market structure hasn't changed, didn't hit 49.3 yet. We're still in the 60s. Even if you're in the 50s, that's still perfectly fine, right? So we definitely first need to tackle a couple of levels before we would consider going bearish. And that is why also locally, the bullish scenarios have a higher probability. So let's jump to the 4 hour and talk about the most bullish scenario first. You want a triple 1-2? Yeah, I mean, who doesn't, I suppose? I mean, if you're invested. Okay. It has to be said though, if you're at the lower end of the range, talking about the triple 1-2 and stuff, so now if you're at the lower end of the range, like 60k, 55k, I mean, considering wave 4 scenario is a pretty good place to look for big swings. If you're targeting over 100k plus Bitcoin, it's not a bad place. No financial advice, of course. So we have here a most bullish scenario, regular flat, 3 wave A, 3 wave B, 5 wave C to the downside, ending with a diagonal. Common target for C is hit, taken from the high to the low to the high over here with the trend-based fib extension tool. The invalidation, therefore, is taking the low, and we are looking for bullish scenarios, which in this case is a 1-2, and we want to see continuation to the upside in a wave 3, either impulsively 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or a bigger contracting diagonal. That very much depends on the structure we get towards the upside. All right, a contracting diagonal, it's very early to talk about it. I did have it in a couple of videos previously because of the potential 3-wave structure we have towards the upside, so a diagonal is very interesting. Usually, however, I do like to only look for diagonals after a wave 4 is in, and now we're still working for a wave 2. So there's still a lot of possibilities and scenarios in between, depending on if price does move up, what do we get, what kind of waves, is it 3 waves, is it impulsive, is it corrective, you know, all those questions. It's better to just sit on the sidelines and not yet think about diagonal or big impulse. It's just upside, right? That's what we're looking for. Common target area for your 2, blue box here, from the low to the high of wave 1. As you can see, the 618 here is touched at 62.5k to 61.2k. Important area of support. Now, I have seen the scenario where people talk about a flat, and then your common target area moves down. Now, I do not like the flat A, B, C. Very long wave 2 for then 1, 2, 3. That is then the thing. So you're going to move your wave 1 here. But your wave 2 is incredibly long. And your wave B hit the 1.618 fib from the high to the low of A, which is actually an uncommon target as well. So it doesn't look pretty. But just an FYI that then your common target drops because you take it from the low to the high of 1 here, giving you 61.8 to 60.8. So just so you know, at least you're prepared, right? But taking it from the low to the high, the golden pocket is hit. And that's actually quite nice because yesterday I was talking in the video and the live stream that this wick over here missed out on hitting the golden pocket. And getting this close to the golden pocket and then moving away from it is very uncommon. So actually hitting the golden pocket would be nice to see. And I'm happy to actually see that we have hit the golden pocket now. So that's pretty. We zoom out again for our time frame. The bearish scenario, which eventually is still bullish. So that's why it's called bear bull. We are here just looking for a continuation of the range, right? Just add another month, maybe even another 2 months, depending on X. So what we're looking for here is an ABC regular flat in your W, X or X here, and then a wave Y. Sideways, double combo structure. Wave X could potentially be finished here, as there is a count locally for a 3-wave move up. ABC, WXY, doesn't matter. 3-wave structure in a zigzag family pattern to the upside, where this wave X can finish here. The thing is that this wave X is then very short. It didn't even hit the 0.382 fib time, taken from the start to the end of W to compare W with X. Now, most commonly, waves, any wave, relates to one another in at least the 382 fib time, if not longer. Right? So it's very uncommon for waves to end before the 382. And this is not just a little bit before the 382. This is very, very far away from the 382. So it does decrease probabilities that if we're looking for a WXY, that this is the end of your X. But we can't disregard it. It's not an invalidation. It's just probability-wise, it's not a high probability that's your X. So therefore, we have to think about scenarios where your wave X is going to end behind the 382, after the 382, which is the 2nd of May, 6 p.m. Central European time. And because this move to the upside here definitely has probabilities to be counted as a 3-waver, it actually counts nicer as a 3-waver than a full impulse. One of the scenarios that work best here is a wave A, B, C, which is a flat. So we have a 3-wave A, then you look for a 3-wave B, and then eventually a wave C. Now, most common pattern in a wave B is a zigzag. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, correction, and another 5, hitting the common target area for B, taken from the low to the high of A, 1.236 to the 1.38, 57.7, 56.6. Then we want to see an impulse to the upside. These moves here can be very quick. The low of a B and the start of a C can literally be puff. Those are the uncommon and quite rare V-shaped recoveries potentially happening at a B and a C, right? The flat structures, because a wave C tends to be very quick, very snappy in flat structures. So especially expanding flats. So that's something we have to keep in mind. We also have some support in this area in general. So it's an attractive area for sure. And if price would come down here, this is an area of interest. Observe the reaction. And then we could be looking for price to move towards the upside to finish X after the 2nd of May, the 382, which would be nice. Because wave W is a flat structure, wave Y can be a flat, zigzag, or a triangle. we don't yet know what we're gonna get, right? Let's first wait for X to finish step by step. Doesn't make sense at all to talk about wave Y yet. Wave W is a flat, Y can be a flat, Y can be a zigzag, Y can be a triangle. We'll just have to wait and see, right? Now the most bearish scenario, wait, not yet. If we're looking for a wave B to the downside, right, we look for a three-wave structure, A, B, C, preferably a zigzag in wave B. That is most common in a flat. So most common in a flat is that wave B is a zigzag. And therefore, we would count this first move down as an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Preferably, you have a flat in 4, which is actually a common structure in a wave 4. And then you're looking for a 5 to the downside. Your common target for 5 is here. Now, I got a question in, I don't know if it was Discord or YouTube, on how did I pull this target area, which I think is a very good question because I've been cheeky here. And this is something that I like to do just to be a bit more safe, I suppose. So what I did here is the common target area for a wave 5, right, the most common one, is taking a fib from the low of 3 to the high of 4 here and toggle on the 1.618 to the 1.236. As you can see, that's your 1.236. But my 1.618 is a lot lower. Why is that? Because I pulled another fib from the low, if this is a flat A, B, C, I took it from B to the high of C. The reason I do this is to give myself flexibility. So instead of having a quite small target area, I extend my target area based on the total price difference in 4 from the low to the high. So I take it from the end of 3 to the end of 4, but also from the low to the high to extend my target area, which can help with my trading as well, right? So it just gives you a bit more space, gives you a bit more room for the target area of a wave 5. Also, I did it another reason, because potentially this 3 ended here, which is an alternative scenario. You have your 3 here, but then you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, right? This makes 4 very, very short, has to be said. And it, by the way, looks more like an impulse than a zigzag, but it's just an in case. I think it's a smart move, gives you a little bit more space. It doesn't invalidate things very quickly, and that's what I like as well. Now, in this area, we have a bit of support. We are at support at the moment. As you can see, the blue box, 62.2, 62.6K. It's the golden pocket from the low to the high. 1 hour order block, the red candle here, and also a point of control, which is this red line of this structure here. And we have one more point of control down here, by the way, on top of the 1.618 at 61.1K. So that makes this interesting for a potential bounce to the upside in your wave B. And then we look for a wave C to the downside. Of course, okay. Let's stay there. We're gonna talk about this structure in particular in a little bit. Cool. Most bearish scenario, carnage. I mean, I wouldn't mind, but that's an impulse to the downside. And in this scenario, we have a wave 1, 2, and we look for a very big wave 3 to the downside. The guy with an 18K stop loss will have a problem in this particular scenario. So here we have a wave 1, 2, and then a big wave 3 to the downside. This is your bearish weekly scenario on a 4-hour time frame, right? End of B, and you're going to be looking for a big move to the downside, right? Now, probabilities are higher. This is a 3-wave move compared to an impulsive structure. It doesn't count too nicely as a diagonal. It doesn't count nicely in general, actually, this structure. And I was on holiday, so I didn't really see all the sub-degree structures here. But as a wave 1, it's not too pretty. It's also an expanding structure, which is rare. Wave 2 went to the 886 Fibonacci, taken from the high to the low of 1. Rare target for a wave 2. There we go again. You know it by now, right? Rare target for a wave 2, common for a wave B or a wave X, increasing probabilities that any of the structures that follow are corrective, not impulsive, which increases probabilities to sooner or later move towards the upside. Now, in this scenario, though, we're then looking for a second wave 1, 2, This wave 2 did end pretty much on top of the 302, so at least a valid wave 2, and also preferred that the wave 2 ends around or after the 302. And then we're going to be looking for continuation to the downside in the most bearish scenario, of course, where then locally you are counting this structure as again a multi 1-2. Side note, this one has the lowest probabilities, right? The bearish scenario, but we have to keep it in mind because we always have to have bullish and bearish scenarios. So we have our wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is why also with the target area for wave 5, where is it? I took a fib from this low to this high, just in case. Because here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, maybe another 1, 2, and then a big drop. I just like, this is by far your most bearish scenario, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, you move towards the downside and eventually you just tank, right? Probability-wise, probabilities are higher. This is an impulse and a flat would work better to the upside here instead of this being a wave 2, which has to be a 3-wave structure and then a zigzag to the upside because it's so sharp. Then you have a 1, 2, 1, 2, another 1, 2 here in the making. However, your second wave 1 here in white is a little bit longer than your wave 1 in blue in price. Take a trend-based fib from the high to the low of the blue 1 to the high of the blue 2, toggle on the 1-to-1, and you can see that the 1-to-1 here has been hit. And that is not preferred because the white count is a sub-degree 1, 2 of the blue count. So preferably, right, in white you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in a bigger wave 3 in blue, right? So preferably what we're looking for is this, where you have your big red 1, 2, blue 1, 2, white 1, 2, and then eventually you drop, where each one is a little bit shorter than the previous one. That is preferred. And also it would be nice if your wave 2 is a little bit shorter than the previous wave 2. Now this scenario, of course, is not invalidated. That only happens if you actually take this high. So it is a scenario to keep in mind. This wave 2 though, incredibly short. Take a fib time from the high to the low of this one. And this wave 2 here finished before even the 0.236 fib time. So this scenario doesn't have the highest probabilities. But the reason that I did at least thought about it is because of what we see here. And I only covered it very shortly in the morning update. But in the arguably more bullish scenario where you either expect a bounce to finish and a move towards the upside, right? Or, yeah, and then continuation in a bigger wave 3. Or you get a bounce to the upside and you enter A, B, and then a wave C. It's the same thing, right? You expect a bounce to the upside. That's what we're looking for. Are we bouncing or are we dropping? Probability-wise, the bounces look better. Yeah, you can take this low. We have some support, right? No problem. But a bounce, probability-wise, from an Elliott Wave point of view, has a higher probability compared to the bearish 1-1-2 scenario on this time frame. The reason I thought about it, though, is because if this is the end of your wave 4, here, this is your 3, right? And then you have your 2 here and your 1 here. And this has to be your wave 5. And it's not a nice structure at all for a wave 5. If this is the end of a 4, right, we need an impulsive structure to the downside or a diagonal. Impulse is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no overlap between 1 and 4. Shitload of overlap here. If we count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finished, it's not possible, right? There's overlap here. That's an invalidation, which means we then have to look at diagonals or a double 1, 2, which would be very bearish, right? So because that's the one I showed, double 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, maybe another 1, 2, and you just drop. That's the most bearish alternative. Now the diagonal would be your bullish alternative. However, in a diagonal, especially an ending diagonal to end a wave 5, we want a diagonal where all of the waves are 3-wave structures and not impulses. Now, unless you go maybe to the 3-minute time frame and I can have a look, these might be zigzags in a way, but they don't look very 3-wavy. 3 in a row, not showing any sign of this, looks more impulsive to me than corrective as with an ending diagonal. Therefore, a diagonal that is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have this, for me, does not have great probabilities. Also, it's an expanding diagonal because your wave 3 is longer than your wave 1, your wave 5 is longer than your wave 3. Expanding diagonals are always rare, never preferred, unless all of the other stuff fails. So that is why, arguably, I have a bit of a 1, 2, 3. You know, this is then what I start to think as an alternative. So 1 second, let me make it nice. This is quite a short 2, not gonna lie. But then we have here, and then yeah, it's so ugly, mate. This doesn't. Anyway, you get what I mean. You have your 1, 2, then you look for a 3, 4, and a 5, but it's not pretty. It's not pretty. So the bullish scenario, right? Yes, it has a higher probability on the 1 hour time frame. On the 15-minute time frame here, it's very difficult to count a nice ending structure for wave 5. Impulse doesn't work. Diagonal looks expanding here. Very impulsive structures to the downside. We can go to the 3-minute because, of course, you know, there might be zigzags in here, hidden, let's say. But these are very sharp moves. So you need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your potential first zigzag. Right? And then we have a problem. Because wave 2 in a diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has to be a zigzag. Low got taken and then the high here got taken. This is a flat, not a zigzag. So this is not a wave 2 in a diagonal. This can only be a wave B, a wave X, a wave 2, a wave 4, right? But not a wave 2 in a not a wave 2 in a diagonal, because you need a zigzag, which it is not. Yeah. So which makes it difficult to be ending a structure here. As in a 5-wave move. 1, 2, and that's expand. So here's a hoofdspinsel. So here's another thought for you. Fib time. Let's have a look here. We're at the 3 fib time. So what I'm looking for now, let me explain what I'm doing here, because hopefully it teaches you something. So because it is so difficult to end a structure here in a diagonal or an impulse, I want to consider counting this as a corrective structure, where potentially we are here looking, which would be quite brilliant, for a double zigzag. ABC, correction, A, B, C. And then you retrace towards the upside. The problem is, though, for the bulls, you're going to go down after. So because it is not easy to count this as a finished impulsive structure with a diagonal or a regular impulse doesn't work. Diagonal, expanding, always rare. Wave 2 is not a zigzag. So therefore, I'm considering this to be a double zigzag in a WXY, where we still expect another leg down, take the lows. So you have bum, bum, right? 3, up, 3. And then a bigger, either W, X, Y, or A, B. This is a bit of live analysis. And then a wave C. So it's corrective. However, the problem you're going to get is you will go down after. If you get a corrective low in a B or an X, you get a C or Y up, and then you dump after for the new lows. That's kind of like what you're then going to be talking about. So, but I do think there is some probabilities for this, where you have here a flat. 1 second, I'm just going to do some live checking and things. We did hit the 1.618 over here, uncommon for a wave B though. If we do this here, then we hit the 105, which is a target for a regular flat. So there's the potential for flat structures, and especially if we have a double zigzag down. So I'm gonna do a little bit of live thinking, I suppose. Where's my support? 1.618. So just because it's difficult to count an ending impulsive structure here, we have to be aware of this. W, X, Y. Oh, by the way, I'm really loving the wireless mouse. And I'm definitely taking up the recommendation to, like, your recommendations recently of checking some wireless mouses. I very much enjoy having no cable on my desk. Nope. Up, wave Y. Ooh. This is white, common target area out. Just quickly a bit of clicking and a bit of thinking and a bit of this and that. This is your, let me make this yellow. Okay. I didn't yet buy one. I got the one from my wife because she can't use it at the moment with her new laptop. She got the new MacBook, and it doesn't have USB ports. So I was like, yo, can I try it? And this is the MX Master 3. So I'm going to wait for the 4 to come out, and then I'm going to buy the new one. Yeah. Same with the... yeah, okay, so that's another topic. So what we're... I'll get there. So here we then have our A, B, C. This works nicely. Perfectly fine. Hitting the 1-to-1 for C, that's nice. Then you get your short little X. And then you have another 3-wave structure. The common target area for your wave Y is the 1 to the 1.236, which is in confluence with the common target area for your wave B or X if wave X goes below W, which is quite interesting. Not gonna lie, 62.2k to 61.7k. So it wouldn't be a weird idea to have that. Move below the target box shortly. Move back up, retest of the box, move up, get a 3, get a 4, moving up for a 5, who knows, maybe you want to hit the point of control above at 66.5, yo, people getting bullish, and then bloop, and then new lows. Can't deny that I do like the scenario. We need a little bit more info here locally. It has been a very long range here. So, and arguably the beginning of this range is corrective, where here you have a 3-waver, pum, 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 right? 1, 2, 3, long sideways range. So maybe a local double zigzag, like W, long X, and you get a double in a Y to the upside, which is then creating this peak here. Point of value area low at 63.6k. Point of control would be very high. 1 second. So this is just live stuff. We basically did all the analysis. I'm just like, I'm enjoying myself now. I'm just usually stuff that I do off stream, I now do on stream. Golden Pocket 786, not bad. And I know it's a very messy chart, by the way. Okay, trend-based fib from the low to the high to the low. Your common target for is the 1 to the 1.236 here, which is 63.5, 63.8, which is pretty much this area as an area of resistance. Okay, let me clean up here. Boop. This is your most important resistance. I actually wished that these boxes can have prices as well. TradingView, if you're watching, could I have a button that shows the high and the low of the price of the box instead of me clicking on it, just like fibs? Would be very nice. Would be very nice. Because you can't. That's unfortunate. And then we have this here. Okay, so I can clean this up. Potentially even the 1.618, but I already have confidence there. So, okay, and then this is up. Now we're cleaning up. Preferably you're looking at a flat here, because you do take the low. So then A, B, and then we have our C, common target area from the low to the high to wherever the low is going to be. Wave C, expanding flat. 2.618, still an extended target. Up, up, up. And 1 second. I have one more thing. Ooh, that's going to be a big one. Okay, yeah. So pretty much anywhere between the high of A and the high here is your target area for your green C. So that works, I suppose. So what I'll do is any like all of this is fine. Perfect. Magnificent. So what we're gonna do is make this white. I don't like green. Okay, I'm gonna make it green. Bit brighter. Because I have to color code my stuff, no? Yeah. And there you go, chat. Interesting, no? It only really works if your wave A is down here, though. But it is a scenario we at least have in mind now. It would be quite long. Yeah. What is this? Sunday, Monday. You want to make that high by Tuesday, though. Oh, that would be a lot of volatility at the beginning of the week. That's a bit questionable, but hey, it's something fun to keep an eye on. Range. I'm gonna change that name later, but what I don't really like is the time aspect of the scenario. So this being a WXY is fine, but if you go down in a WXY double zigzag, it needs to be a B or an X. But that then means if this is a B or X, you also need an A or W, which has to be this structure or this structure. But in that case, of course, I would prefer this low to be the beginning of your A or W, because else, how do we have an impulse down? Because this is your 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That works. But then this has to be a corrective structure. So let's go to the low time frames. What's going on here? Almost. Okay, so on a 3 and a 5 minute time frame, the highest amount of volume is actually quite close to the high. This is your highest amount of volume in this move to the upside. Wave Cs do like to end on high volume. Even the high here on a 5 minute time frame is higher than anything here. And then what I'm thinking is, if this is an A or W, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then your 5. In that case, it would activate the scenario. And by the way, wave Bs, if this is a, of course, I'm so like not paying attention to chat. I'm so sorry at the moment. I'm just very much in my enjoyment here. A wave B can be longer than a wave 2. So if we do follow the wiggly line here and actually extend in time past the 4 or the 5 pip time, it would actually be bullish, because you are then going to look for a wave B instead of a wave 2, and then you go down in C, which then therefore gives you the flat 56k, 57k. Yeah, and then you get your impulse to the upside for a wave C, and that wave C then finishes your X after the 382, after which we start a Y in either a flat, a zigzag, or a triangle. We don't know. Very nice. I like it. Now we just now we just observe and wait, see what price is going to give us. I would like. I'm going to do one more thing, because this is going to help you and it's going to help me in the videos. I'm going to put the coordinates on, because wait. Oh, okay. Make it look pretty. There you go. So you at least know. This one is easy though. It's like it's almost like I'm doing a live drawing class with with Elliott Waves, eh? Up it is. I gotta say, I do like to think about new scenarios and stuff when live, because people can actually see the process and how everything then intertwines into each other. You know what I mean? which is what you want to see. Why did that come up my chart off? Hello? Nice. Yeah, not bad. Okay. Mark, man. This guy. Mark. By the way, everyone, this guy, Mark and I yesterday had a meeting. We met each other for the first time. And Mark has a mod status here on the channel. And yeah, we met each other for the first time yesterday. We met up, had some drinks in the city, had a very, very good time. Lots of chatting. Love some chatting. And he's a really cool guy. So really, really cool guy. He's been in the space for a while. You may have seen him modding on many other channels. I think probably Mark is one of the best known mods in the space because this guy's been everywhere. So, yo, Mark, thanks for the 5, man. Very, very kind. Yeah, so Mark, cheers. Or Block Vibes, RFR Skull, Chance Watson, and Blaster. Chill. Send me an email with your YouTube, Discord, Telegram username if you have all 3, and then I can bump you up to silver, right? So you are gifted bronze. If you get gifted bronze, I'll bump you up to silver, which is the short-term update. So send me an email and I'll get you sorted. Nick, yo, if we were on Twitch, we get the train, no? Like yeah, Nick Musgrave, thanks for the first time gifting in this channel. Very much appreciate your support as well, Mr. Nick. And that means also for the community, of course. Thanks to you guys for the community to do this to them. Miha Novinsek, Kind Profil, Jeremy Vasquez, Jane, John D, and Iliagos. Send me an email. For some of you, send me an email again with your Discord, YouTube, Telegram usernames. I can get you sorted, guys. So how to get the stickers of Koens? By becoming a member on the YouTube channel. So not Patreon. If you're a Patreon member, then you don't get the YouTube badge behind your name, right? Or the emojis. Not that we have that great emojis yet, but you know what I mean. So yeah, yo, Mark and Nick, thanks guys. Let me quickly put the time on the as a pinned comment. I can do chatting and Q&A till my friend is here for King's Day, because the moment he is here, we are also going into town and do King's Day stuff. Okay, 1 second. Let me have a look. What have you guys been up to? Yeah. So, and if you missed it, my wife was on stream earlier today, or at the beginning. Milo, what's up? How you doing? Jeroen, welcome. Jeroen, are you working again? IBK, welcome. Good afternoon. Christian, what's up? Hey, there you are. Goa, watching from the Philippines. How you doing, man? This guy. The charts are so clean that he always shares in Discord. I love to see it. Wealth trader. So we hit the golden pocket already. Is there no way we just continue up from this point without going lower? Probabilities for me are a lot higher to still take this low. At least once more, but I am looking for a bounce, but preferably first take the low, because if we are bouncing, preferably you start with an impulsive structure, but this now on the lower time frames is very much like a 3-wave structure, and then you have a very long sideways range here, which is it's too long for a wave 2, or even really for a wave B and a diagonal or something. So I wouldn't mind taking the low one more time, but I'm keeping my eyes open for a bounce. And as mentioned just now with that scenario, right, we have some resistance above us here. So we can range here throughout the weekend between 63.8 and, you know, wherever 62K. Just range, boring price action. Then by next week, early next week, we grab the lows below the target box, move back up, find support again, and then move to the upside. That would be very nice. Range, and then have that. Yeah, not bad. George, how you doing, man? How you doing? Yeah, I know. Mark, I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. Oh, whatever. Pop. Alter Gang, Nick Musgrave, how you doing? You're one of the others coming from Alex O Crypto. How you doing, man? Yeah, so we spoke about the mouse. So yeah, I want to buy the new MX4, but it's still a rumor. There's no announcement yet. I actually hope it's going to be at the end of this year or early next year, which would be nice, so I can get the new mouse. And I've also been looking into wireless headphones. And I've done a bit of research, and apparently the Sony WF, I think it's the 3 version at the moment, is very good, but the 4 is almost coming. So it's again, like I don't want to buy the 3 when the 4 is almost coming out. So I prefer to wait a few months and then get the next one. So yeah. Oh yeah, the vertical mouse. Oh yeah, wait. Vertical mouse. What is a vertical mouse? It's like a joystick. Is a vertical mouse more ergonomic? Is that like the whole idea of the vertical mouse? I mean, looks pretty comfy. Looks weird though, but it looks comfy. I've actually never tried one. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Fijne Koningsdag. Fijne Koningsdag aan alle Nederlanders. Hey. Geniet ervan. Happy King's Day, everyone. Yeah. Cheers, Casper. Always a pleasure. Fractal in Bitcoin, if you want to check it out. George with a fractal in the Bitcoin chat. Oh, yeah. Well, I'll check that later. George, where are you? What's your... So, you got a... Wait, what chat are we talking about? So I don't know all of your... You got to tell me your name here. What is your... Or you got to tag me. Because it's very difficult for me to remember all of your names on different platforms. So I have no idea who I'm looking for. Ideal Koensday. King's Day, Koensday. Koen in the zone. Grab yourself some popcorn and enjoy. Favorite ASMR. For enterprise, you could add a FIP that has only 0 and 1 values. That is true. That is true. And then, oh yeah, of course. So you don't have the whole extended line to the side. Yeah, that is true. Probably looks even a little bit more neat as well. And then you just remove the 0 and the 1. You keep the price on. You just toggle price on, but numbers off. Yeah, I like that. I like that. That would look very clean. Yeah, I might actually do that before the next video. Yeah. Waiting. Life is better, thanks. What's up, Cheese? How you doing? How you doing? From the top of your head, if you were to do scalping on Bitcoin, what would be your strategy? So yeah, I'm not a scalper. I'm more day trading, swinging, but I guess more day trading for sure. So Oh, so yeah, a strategy is very personal, right? So I always say a strategy is a reflection of your personality. And everyone has a different way of trading, a different. Some people are very patient, others are not. Some are very analytical, others are not. Some use trend lines because that's what they love using. Others use the DOM and order flow and all the technical stuff, right? So as a scalper, like, I suppose I would use volume, I would use CVD, probably some form of order flow, and that's it. With volume, by the way, I mean daily naked point of controls and that sort of stuff. Yeah. I think I would start with these three. And then see if I can create a strategy around it. I created a Discord this week and listen along. Nice, bro. Yo, cheers. Or, yeah. It's a nice platform. It's Skype, but a lot better. It's a lot better. Plezier Thijs. Nick Musgrave. Are you from South Africa by any chance? Oh, South African. Almost. Mine is Dutch slang. Okay, I see. Okay. Yeah, Ashley, my wife is from South Africa. Otters are family. They are. I actually saw an otter yesterday because where I live, we have a lot of water and green, and there's actually a part for otters. And yeah, we saw an otter swimming. Yep. I have those headphones. Had them for 4 years already. They're very good. Yeah, so I want to get the 4, like the Sony, what's that? Sony WF. Oh wait, it's the MX5. Also sleeping, but yeah, I think this one. WF1000. Is it MX6? What's going to be the newest one? I don't know. 5 things we're keen to see. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's going to be the Order 5. I don't know, the next one. Probably coming out in around August or July. That's the one I'm interested in. But apparently, like, based on reviews, the 5 or the whatever, the most recent one is very good. So that's nice. But because I'm so close, like, to the 6 coming out or whatever the number is going to be, I prefer waiting and I'll just get the new one. I feel your hand will be more sprained on the wrist. Yeah, it's basically either holding your mouse like this or like that. That's the difference. Now, I don't really know ergonomically what's better for your wrist. I mean, look, if you're standing, it's nice how we went from Elliott Wave trading to mouse posture and all that stuff, right? I love chatting and Q&A. So if you're standing and you have your arms next to you, right? I mean, you know what I mean? So the natural, I suppose, hand position would be this for a vertical mouse, I guess, instead of that. You don't really walk with your hands like this next to you, right? So it makes sense that there are vertical mouses. Wrist sore. I see. They do get stiff at times, eh? If you like, especially if you're analyzing the chart and stuff for a long time, or you sit behind a PC, they definitely get stiff at times. Better for the wrist, the position. Yo, Nick, see you, man. I need to get my meaning me a bit of lunch. Yo, cheers, Nick. Thanks for the 5 gifts, eh? Thanks that you wanted to give some gifts to the community. Very, very kind of you. Joys, I did not. I'm aiming or trying to aim for long positions. Dutchie, how you doing? Why do I say Dutchie, how you doing? Dave Digital, how are you doing? Good to have you here. Otter Gang represent. Nice to see you, man. I had a drink yesterday with Mark. Dave and Mark, have you seen each other already? Or Dumpy Booty Boy and Mark and Dave? Like, do you guys know each other? Like, looks like something from Easy Toys. Ergonomically, I think vertical is the natural way from an adult. Yeah. I use Logi MX Master 3S. It removed my hand pain a lot. It's fit for little big hand. I also have the 3. But this is the one of my wife. I'm just using it because she can't stick a USB in her new MacBook. So that's why I can now use the mouse. And I always had a cabled mouse because gamer. But for work, I really like a wireless mouse because it avoids the cable. It just cleans the desk, you know? And I like that. I like the clean desk feel. So yeah, I like it. The 3S though, yeah. Better for your bones. What's up, Jeremy? Your prediction for the next hour. These are things that, these type of questions, I mean, it's the next hour you have to analyze a 5-minute chart. So what I have on like what I think is interesting is this. That's all. But we are ranging here. The structure that we have, a 3-wave move up, very long corrective structure, potentially another 3-wave move to the upside, and then reject, move down. That is something that I'm eyeing on. But for the next hour, I mean, you know, the next hour you can do this. It's 4 candles on the 15-minute. Look, this sideways move here. This sideways move here was 8 hours of price action. So it's not a great question. The next hour, I think the best question to ask in that sense is, what are the probabilities to move up from here or go down and up? You know what I mean? And the probabilities would be higher to take this low at least once more before actually getting a bit of a bounce. And I think this is a very attractive scenario where you just continue ranging for the weekend, right? And we have a bit of resistance here as well, which is why the box is here. And then from there, early next week, it would be nice to move down, take the lows, and you know, that would be attractive. Yeah. But the next hour that's impossible, like unless you analyze 3 minutes and stuff. But I would like I would say upside in the hour, and then take this high, maybe fill this gap to the upside, hit that box that I had on my chart just now, and then take it from there. Wait. Where? Uh-oh. Aha, there we go. So where was this? 63.4, 63.7. Ashley the Oracle, yeah, I know, right? I know. It's true. It is confirmed. It is confirmed. Everyone, if you go to the beginning of the live stream, my wife was on stream. And, oh, 1 second. Yo, my friend arrived, so I gotta go. But yeah, at the beginning of the live stream, my wife was on stream, and we asked her the question, does price go up or down? You know, long or short? She said long. And she said, to what price would you long? She says 63K. Yeah, very nice. She did a very good job because we actually hit 63K. So she's well trained. Okay, everyone. That being said, though, I gotta go. Mariella, okay, I see. Saturdays. Where do you go live? I always go live in the afternoons. somewhere in the afternoon, either early or late afternoon. But hey guys, my buddy arrived, so gotta go. It's King's Day, and we're gonna have some fun today and eat some more donuts maybe. 1 second. It wasn't Luke. Oh, it was the neighbors. It wasn't my friend. Oh, then we can continue to chill. What? Okay. I thought it was my friend because why would someone ring the doorbell? But it was the neighbors. They never ring our bell. So thank you for saying thanks, but I'm happy to stay online for a little bit longer. Never mind. Okay, it was my friend. Yo, Luke, come eens. He's also dating a South African.
Oh man, you got
This guy.
that's a
He's
fun.
come.
I'm fun here.
Huh?
He's shy.
Okay. Look, I'm the only guy that's speaking. Huh? Yeah, you can better do that off stream. Yeah. Ja, April 1st, almost. Luke. Wil je hoi zeggen? Hoi! He says hi. So it's my friend. I was already like, why would my neighbor ring the doorbell? They never ring our doorbell. Yeah, I'm trying to get him on, but he's shy. Look, I'm the speaker of the friend group. It's my work as well. I'm a global keynote speaker. I speak in front of audiences and stages and stuff. And now this guy, anyway, he is here. So what the hell? I got a fright there. That being said, time for me to go. And I'm gonna check that final minute when he actually started to bang the door and walk in. I had no idea. So cheers, everyone. Thanks for being here for the Dutchies. Enjoy King's Day. And I'm not sure about the video tonight because we might be out and about. And of course, Luke is here as well. I kind of went over my expectation for the weekend, I suppose. And tomorrow morning should definitely be a new update, even though Luke stays over. And tomorrow afternoon, we have a birthday party. So I'm not sure if I can go live. But, I'll keep you up to date. So, cheers, everyone.